What's up, you guys? Welcome to the channel. Today we're in the garage and I'm going to show you two scooters, the Boosted Rev and the Mercane WideWheel. This is from Fluid Freeride and this is actually from Boosted. I believe it's boosted.com. I'm not sure. I will put the links to both of these scooters below. They're very comparable scooters. They do have a different price point on each, being that the Boosted Rev is at roughly $15.99 and this one is $11.99. So you do see a little bit less price in the WideWheel. WideWheel has a suspension. The Boosted Rev does not. So on speed, you guys, pretty much I was doing 23, 24 mile an hour on that, and I was doing about 22, 23 mile an hour on this. So speed is roughly the same. Range is where it differs. In eco mode, I was able to get 22 miles out of the WideWheel. In eco mode, the most I could get out of the Boosted was 14. I do live in a suburb of Chicago. It is kind of hilly, and I'm on and off of it. And you know, when you take these things up to their speed mode, you guys, you're gonna get roughly, I think I got 8 miles on that one, and I think I was a little bit more, a mile or two more with the WideWheel. But those are the fun modes, right? Those are the modes that you just get on and you just want to go kick it around and just have some fun. So build quality, you guys. The Boosted definitely has good build quality. There's only a couple issues that I complained about last time. Still the same issues. Like that just seems like, that just does not seem quality to me. And then I've been noticing that this rubber cap here, it pops out a lot. So, I mean, obviously not a big deal. And the fender does rattle. Even though it's very tight right now, going over like cobble, like stones or something like that, you will hear a rattle from it. Braking, you guys. The WideWheel has one brake system, which is a mechanical right on the back here. And it actually does a really good job of braking the WideWheel. I mean, it's just compact. It does a great job. Also, on the Boosted, same situation here. We have a mechanical brake, but we also have a fender brake, and we could also use the throttle to engage the regenerative braking. Now, when I first got the Boosted, the brakes were really mushy. I didn't like them, okay? Now they're starting to get a little better. So this is the only brake that I use on this thing. I don't use this fender brake at all. And I don't use the regenerative braking. I should start using the regenerative braking more. I probably just don't remember that it's there. Build construction, you guys. So let's talk about build construction. That is a very good design, the WideWheel. I just love how it just looks like all one flow, right? It goes down, you got your suspension, and then with the Boosted, nice metal frame, you know, and it's kind of, everything's just nice in here. Folding them down, you guys, I believe that the Boosted has a better way of folding down than the WideWheel. The WideWheel, I mean, the WideWheel is simple enough. You just turn this out and then it folds and then you turn it back to lock it. But with this, you just basically push this button, flip this. It's hard to do with one hand, but flip this out and then it just clicks down and you can even kick it with your foot. Both necks on both scooters are very stable. I haven't had any shakiness or anything like that on the scooters. They've been really good in that department. Now, with the talking about the suspensions, they're relatively the same on flat ground. And you know, you hit a bump here and there. These pneumatics tend to do a good job of absorbing the shock, and so does the suspension on this. Now, when you start jumping curbs, hopping curbs, and stuff like that, that's when you're gonna really see this suspension excel, right? Because when you jump off that curb and you come down, you have a good maybe inch or so to play with, right? Here you only have the pneumatic. Not a lot of play in there. I do like this reflective tape here on the side too. So when you're going, both have lights, both have brake lights. This one's easier to put in the trunk of your car only because it has folding handlebars, you guys. Folding handlebars are definitely cool, especially on this thing. As you can see, this board is a lot skinnier than this board, right? So you would think that that board is more comfortable, when in reality, the WideWheel is more comfortable for me. Why? All this deck space right here. You can put your feet anywhere here. You can rest your back foot up here. And look, if I look there, yeah, sure, I can rest it on here, but it's just an awkward position and you're putting pressure. You know, you can't really use your weight. I just don't like this setup at all. I feel really cramped on the Boosted, you guys. Really cramped on the Boosted. And also with the Boosted, I don't know if you guys can see that. It's hard to see in here because it's a messy garage, but can you see the way the WideWheel just goes straighter up when the Boosted is more of an angle? Well, that angle is like over the board. So you're losing all this space too to be forward. So the Boosted just definitely is not as comfortable to ride on as the WideWheel. So on the Boosted, you guys, we have this control panel, which is really nice for a scooter. It's great. It just gives you the basic information. It does a good job. On here, this thing's a little tedious to work with. You can figure it out after a while. Some people do like it. It's just simple. Hit a button and go, you know. This one is kind of the same way. It's a single button, but this one's just definitely laid out, displayed more. This does come with a bell. I don't have it installed. This also has a bell. I like this bell better though. Both have the LED lights on the front and the back. Let's talk about throttles. That's just a regular throttle. And here you have your boosted style throttle. At first I was really liking this and thought it was really cool, but on long rides, you guys, it does tend to slip. It does. You have to keep pretty firm pressure up there to keep it going. So it does slip. So after a while you gotta let off and hit it again. So I actually am starting to prefer just the regular style on that. All right, so which one is better is up to you guys. Obviously, the Boosted is $400 more. With the Boosted, for that $400, you're getting basically just a better control pad. And the thing about the Boosted is it does charge in 3 hours. So the Boosted does charge rapidly fast. I'm not sure about the charge times on the WideWheel, but I know it's not 3 hours. So it might be, it's a little longer than 3 hours. It could be 4 or 5. I'm not exactly sure because I just plug it in at night. That's it. That's the WideWheel versus the Boosted. You know, honestly, if I were side by side, well, the Boosted definitely just has a hip kind of vibe to it, and everybody's raving about it. Oh, it's the latest thing. It's, you know, but really, you can get the same in the WideWheel for $400 less. The Boosted, the ride for me is just uncomfortable, but definitely is a legit good, reliable transportation scooter, except for maybe that part. I don't know what's going on there. That's just so weird. It's just so crazy that they would design this whole thing, you know, IP rate it, and then yet you have these two huge gaps for water to run into. I just don't get them. As far as this thing, I've had it in the rain. I don't know that they tout it as waterproof, but the, you know, the charge connector at the top is got a little rubber cap on it. I've had it in the rain. It's been fine. So I'm not telling you to buy a WideWheel, and I'm not telling you to buy a Boosted. It just depends what you want, you guys. Now, these are for transportation fun, right? If you just want basic transportation from A to B, I would recommend you just go ahead and get a Xiaomi 365. They're inexpensive, they're slow, but they have about the same range as these things, right? And they'll get you from point A to point B. If it gets ripped off, you only lost, you know, $400 versus, you know, $1,500. Now, if you're more of an enthusiast, scooter enthusiast, and you want that speed, you want that fun, you want that little excitement, these are definitely ones to look at, right? The WideWheel definitely is fun, and so is the Boosted. But if you really are a scooter enthusiast, and, you know, it's your thing, like you want to go out on weekends, you want to spend half a day scootering, you're definitely going to look into some alternative brands from these two. And one of the brands that I would recommend is Dualtron. So we're going to talk about the Dualtron Spider. We're going to compare that to the Boosted Rev and the WideWheel in an upcoming episode. But completely different scooter. That thing's like $1,000 more, so I could get two. I could get two of these for the price of one of those. So, you know, it's definitely, you get what you pay for, but that has suspension, range. I mean, that just has a lot of good things going for it. But in this price class, the WideWheel and the Boosted definitely are something that you should both look into. I don't think you can go wrong with either. You know, it's just that comfort level. If you just want to be able to spread out on the board, this is the one for you. If you want to be able to, if you want to be hip and, you know, be like everybody else and say, hey, I'm cool, I got a Boosted, probably get the Boosted. So peace out, you guys. Let me know what you guys think. Comment below. We got more videos coming. I'm going to try to do, you know, videos more and more and more so we can get this channel really booming. Don't forget, we have another channel. It's called Tools in Action. Peace out.